welcome to our first ever Cooking with Seth Live. Now, a lot of you probably haven't had a chance yet to get in and join us, so I'm going to wait a minute and see if we can get some more participants and let everyone catch up with us.
This is in broadcast.
So while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit of wine before we get started and enjoy myself. Today we're drinking Josh. Now, part of having more fun in the kitchen involves a couple of things for me personally. Wine and Alexa. Having Alexa play some good music in the background. Now, the great thing about wine is you sit there, and if you're stressed at work and you're feeling like you got to go home and cook and it's a chore, you know, one thing you can look forward to is pouring yourself a glass of wine. Use it as a positive reinforcement. So when you get home, don't be all down and say, oh, I got to cook dinner. No, I'm going to cook dinner and I'm going to have a glass of wine and enjoy myself. That way we're getting back in the kitchen and we're having fun. Good stuff. All right, guys. So with that said, we're going to get right back to it. This is Cooking with Seth Live. And we are pioneering a brand new cooking show here. I designed this show specifically to help busy parents get in and out of the kitchen more quickly. Now, this also has a unique twist. We're going to be broadcasting on Facebook Live, and here's the way that everything's going to work. On Mondays, I'm going to send you an ingredient list. And that way you have time to prepare and see what's for dinner. Also, I'm going to follow that up. And then on Thursdays, we are going to cook it live on Facebook. So you can join us. If you want to, you get your ingredient list on Monday. Then you go out to the grocery store, buy your stuff. And on Thursday, we'll make it together. And part of the reason I'm doing this is because, let's face it, people are stressed out. People are overwhelmed with options. There's too many recipes out there. And when you work all day, it takes a lot of time to try to figure out what to cook and choose from a million different types of recipes. It takes a lot of time to make sure you have the ingredients. If you don't have the ingredients, you have to go buy them. So what I'm going to do is once every week, I'm going to take care of everything for you. Like I said, I'm going to choose the recipe. I'm going to send you the ingredient list, and then we're going to cook it together. This is going to be so much fun. And the best part, everything is live. So when I screw up, and I will, I promise, and when there's bloopers and all of that good stuff, don't even worry about it. I'm here cooking with you together, and we're going to have fun no matter what happens. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, like I said before, tonight's recipe is Living La Vida chicken tortilla soup. And here's how it works. First, we've got our 2 chicken breasts here. And what you want to do is go ahead and get those down on your cutting board. Salt and pepper those babies up. Here's another thing that I wanted to mention to you. In case you're just joining us for the first time on Facebook and you have no idea what we're talking about, or you just come across this, go ahead and get on our mailing list. What you need to do is go to cookingwithseth.com. That's www.cookingwithseth.com, and you can get our recipes. Sign up for a newsletter so that you get our recipes, promotions, giveaways, and all of our awesome content sent to you directly. Also, while you're there, feel free to check out all the awesome kitchenware at UpGood. So we've got our chicken salted and peppered. Now we can go ahead. I'm going to get my knife out. And what we're going to do is you want to cut the chicken into bite-sized pieces, small chunks. And this is how I like to do it. It's your preference, really, on how big you want these chunks to be. But around 1/2 inch to maybe an inch for your chicken chunks is fine. Now, chicken tortilla soup also has a lot of different recipes and variations and everything to it. The reason I'm using chicken breast and the reason I'm cutting it up into chunks is because it's fast and it's easy. And like I said before, when you're cooking and you want to get in and out of the kitchen quickly, I'm trying to save you time. So that's why we're using chunks of chicken breast here. Most people have chicken breast on hand or in the refrigerator or the freezer so they can easily get to it. But as a variation, if you wanted to change your recipe up a little bit and you still wanted to have a somewhat speedy process, what you can do is you can buy rotisserie chicken at the store with your other ingredients, and you can shred it. Put shredded chicken in with your soup. That is awesome. It only adds a little extra time to everything, but forget it. If you got a little extra time, do it. If you don't, do this. Boom, we got our chicken done, ready to go. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. I like to keep a kitchen towel on my shoulders. What that does, it's very easily accessed. It allows me to dry my hands off. It allows me to wipe things down. And it allows me to take hot pans out of the oven or move things around the stove. So it's really kind of a very easy and convenient thing that I like to do. You might like to try it, maybe not. So with that done, the next step is you want to cook it in some olive oil. But what I'm doing is I'm substituting ghee. My family loves ghee. Ghee really adds a lot of flavor and nuttiness to your dishes. So if you want to try something instead of using olive oil in the future, use ghee. You're going to love it. So just like 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil or ghee. And another great thing about ghee is a super high smoking point. So like things like olive oil are going to have a burning point or a smoking point of around 350 degrees approximately. Ghee is going to kick that up a notch to about 450 or even higher. So you don't have to worry about burning the olive oil or burning it and adding bad flavor to your food. Now we're going to let that melt for a minute. Wine time. So again, if you're just joining us and you found us, we are making Living La Vida chicken tortilla soup. Quick, easy, in and out of the kitchen within 30 minutes and you're done. That's all that matters. And having fun. So now, with the ghee going there, we're going to go ahead and get our chicken ready to go. Also, I'm going to switch on my cutting board. If you ever use raw fish or meat or seafood on your cutting board, you don't want to cut your vegetables on it or anything else as well. So either wash it off or switch it out with a different cutting board. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little extra salt and pepper to our chicken while it cooks. Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes. So go ahead and stir everything in there. Another thing, you don't have to stir it the whole time. Make sure your chicken's in a nice, flat, even layer, and then go ahead and let it sit for that 3 minutes. And then after that 3 minutes is done, we're going to stir it up a little bit and let it sit for about 3 more minutes. Like I said, if you're just joining us, this is a new type of interactive cooking show aimed at helping busy parents like myself get in and out of the kitchen quickly and have more fun. Now, all of our recipes and everything are designed to get you in and out of the kitchen in around 30 minutes or less. They're quick, they're easy, they're simple, and they're fun. Also, if you've not received any of our emails or notifications, go ahead and head over to cookingwithseth.com. Sign up for our newsletter, check out the kitchenwares by UpGood, and make sure that you get the ingredient list in your email every Monday. While the chicken is finishing up, I'm going to go ahead and chop up a little fresh garlic. My family loves garlic, so you might only want to use 1 clove, but I'm going to use 3 because we just love it. Now you can do a finely minced. You can have a bigger chunk. It's up to you. If you want to see a quick way to kind of really get it more fine, you can rock the blade like so. Doesn't have to be perfect. There's Alexa. All right. Woo! Alexa, stop. Okay, now we can go ahead and add the garlic. Now, here's a quick tip. I don't like to add garlic right away because it can burn while you're cooking everything. So I like to add it more toward the end. Come on over and check out the chicken. Once it has a nice light brown to it, you're ready to go. Remember, it doesn't have to be super cooked because it's going to cook in the soup at the same time. That looks good. All right, moving along. I'm going to make sure and hit that line again. Okay. Moving on. 1 yellow onion. Let's get that boy in there. So, you might have seen people chop onions on different shows before, and they go horizontally and vertically through both sides of the onion. You don't need to do that here. Once you have your onion half like this and keep the root end on, go ahead and just do vertical slices. You don't have to go horizontal. That's only if you're a professional cook in the kitchen and at a restaurant, you want all of your onions to be uniform and look beautiful. Maybe then you want to add the extra cuts. When you're cooking at home in your kitchen, just stick to the vertical and it speeds everything up. There you go. See, those are perfect sizes. Nothing else to it but to do it. All right, I'm going to throw these in. We're going to stir it up. So there we go. We got our onion in there. We've got our garlic and we've got our chicken. Now it's time to spice it up a little. I like to use a little bit of cumin powder. When you're working at home, you can use 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon. Also, chili powder. So we've got cumin and chili powder in there. Go ahead and give that a quick stir to get it coated. Using chicken stock, but I don't like to use stock. I like to use bone broth instead. It's a healthier alternative. It costs a little bit more, but I find it has better flavor and it's better for you. So we're going to go ahead and throw that in there. Two cans or 2 packages will do it. Your preference. If you want to use stock, that's fine. If you want to use the bone broth, that's fine too. Okay, next up, we are going to throw in about 1 cup of corn. I'm going to give that a quick stir. While you guys are watching, feel free, drop in some comments. Like I said, this is a totally new interactive experience. So I don't know unless I hear from you guys. Let me know if you're liking the show. Let me know if you want to see something. Let me know if you have a question. Let me know what you want me to make. If you want me to make certain recipes and things like that, drop me a line. Let me know. All right, where were we? Wine, okay. Next, beans. Now here's something you should be doing if you're not doing it already. Anytime you use canned beans, you want to make sure and rinse them off. This does a few things. See all that goopy, gunky stuff in there? It's full of starch and it's full of sodium. So make sure always rinse off your beans. Also, it has an added benefit of rinsing off any kind of metallic taste. And here's the kicker. If you eat beans and you tend to poop a lot, make sure and rinse them off. Because you know what's happening? Your body is digesting some sugars and things that are in the liquid. You rinse that off of the beans, you're going to find that you're pooping a lot less frequently. Thanks, Seth. You're welcome. Unless you like pooping. My family and I are big fans. Rinse it off in cold water in a colander. Make sure all that liquid's out of there. There we go. We used about a cup of corn, so I want about a cup of beans. There we go. Get that all stirred together. There, check it out. We've got everything in our soup that we need to right now. What we're going to do is we're going to simmer that for about 20 minutes, and then it's done. That's all it takes. That was quick, easy, and fun. So while I'm leaving there, Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
So I'm not going to keep you guys sitting around for 20 minutes while we wait for that to finish. But my family and I are going to enjoy this a little while from now. But I wanted to make sure and show you when we were done, when that comes off the stove, how to finish and prep your finished product. Okay. So I cooked a little on the side already, so it'd be ready for you guys. Here's how to garnish and finish your dish. Now, I like to put the cheese in first because that way the cheese will melt a little bit from the heat of the soup. Now I'm going to show you a quick tip with cilantro too. Cilantro can be gritty, it can be dirty. So what you want to do is you need to wash your cilantro when you buy it. Here's how to do it. Get a bowl full of cold water. Go ahead, rinse, dunk, and swish your cilantro. Swish it around real good. Also, shake it. Shake that water out. Now that you've shaken the water out, you've rinsed it, we're going to dry it a little. And watch this. Some people spend a lot of time, and it's time wasted, sitting there and taking all the leaves off and taking the stems out. You don't need to do that. If you like cilantro, cilantro's got great flavor. You don't even have to worry about the stems. So once you've got it washed, cleaned, dried, go ahead and bunch it up and then we can cut it. Check that out. Now, this will stay longer because you're keeping it whole. And if you want to keep it for an extra 3 to 4 days, go ahead, put it back in your paper towel that you use to dry it. It's a little bit of damp, and it's got a little wetness to it, which will help the cilantro. Throw it into a bag. It's ready to go now in your refrigerator for about 3 or 4 days until you want to use it again, and they'll stay fresh for longer. Okay, so we got our cheese. Next up, you can't have tortilla soup without tortilla strips. So let's throw some of those on. Next, sour cream. Oh yeah, baby. Who doesn't like a little crema? Fresh avocado. Go ahead, you've got the pit in there. Half it. Now it's ready. Go ahead and just scoop it out with a spoon. Go right around the edges. Pop it out. Let's cut off a few strips. Next, for those who like it hot, and I know I do, a little fresh jalapeno. Limes, lemons, all that stuff, you want to get the most juice out of it, roll it before you cut it. Make sure and give it a good roll. You'll get a lot more juice out of the citrus that way. So here's what I'm going to do with this guy. And half of it, I'm going to put half of this into our soup. Booyah! All right. Now, I'm going to use that because we don't want to waste it. I'm going to use a little piece of garnish and add some more flavor to our soup. Little cilantro. Here is your completed Living La Vida chicken tortilla soup, live and in person, right there. Now your family's happy, I'm happy, and I hope you're happy. So that is it. We just cooked a whole meal in under 30 minutes. Talk about getting in and out of the kitchen quickly. I'm here to help you. You're here to help me. Let's work together and make this fun. Like I said, get on our newsletter. If you're not on yet, go to cookingwithseth.com. Make sure to subscribe to the newsletter. And we're going to do more of these shows. But I want to hear from you. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. Let me know what I messed up. All of that. I'm open to everything. And feel free. Drop in some recipe ideas. If you guys want to see me make something specific, let me know. We'll do it on a future show. And just to let you know, we're going to do these every single Thursday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So the way it's going to work again, I'm going to choose a recipe. I'm going to send you the ingredient list. And on Thursdays, we're going to cook it together. Be sure to watch out for that email on Mondays. That's when I'm going to send out your ingredient list. Hope you enjoyed the show. More importantly, I hope you enjoy your Living La Vida chicken tortilla soup. And you know what? I'll see you next time.